So I'm going to be napping out another day sight blade, and for this one I'll show you guys how I run my flakes with percussion. Step is to develop a working edge, and I'm using a big hammerstone and start right here on this corner, and I'm using a sandstone hammerstone. You don't want to use anything harder than sandstone for obsidian because it'll fracture it. So once I get that edge turned, I'm turning it back over so I can take it again, and then that's how I'm creating my edge right here. So I do like to wear my gloves early on in this process. That's when the most amount of sharp flakes is going to come off. Then later on, I like to take them off when I can, when I'm doing freehand. That way I can feel where the flakes are going, and as long as I have my finger below the platform, it's usually somewhat safe. And in this part, I'm trying to notice any flaws. So I see this part right in here. I can try and take that off and see how deep that goes. I don't think it'll go too deep, but this is when I want to identify where my flaws are going to be. So I turn my edge around right there so I can take that flake, and I'm going to bring that up again so I can. Does look like there's a little bit of a crack in there, so let's see what happens. I got rid of that, and we've almost got this thing fully edged. Biface so far, I can see that we have some thickness in here. We have a couple good platforms we can set up right in here. I want to do a little bit of basal thinning and thinning near the tip first, and then we'll. Okay, so since I'm going to be taking these platforms, they're below this imaginary center line. If they were up here, I couldn't take them to thin down there. They're right here, and this is where my thickness is, so they're in the ideal spot. If not, I would just have to move them by taking little flakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one first, and it'll hopefully meet up with this area right here where it kind of hinged a little. So one thing to note is that when I'm hitting my platform, the force that I hit it with, the angle that I hit it with, the angle that I'm holding my biface, those are all going to factor into the flake that comes off. So I have it kind of slanted like this, and I'm just going to come straight down on it right here. Okay, so I had to move the phone a little bit up out of the way so it's out of my range of motion. So I'm going to bring this one down and take that platform now. And now I'm kind of to the point where this is at the width where I can kind of hold it freehand, which is what I prefer. So I got the remnant of this platform right here, and I have a ridge I can follow too. So I'm gonna support it, get my pinky under there, and then there's my next platform right here. Got this area slanted at an angle, so I'll take a small flake to get it started, and then I can scoot over right here, and then take a bigger flake because it will have this ridge to follow. Okay, so I made sure this one's below center line, and got it supported, and hopefully it'll meet up right in here. Kind of shattered a little bit. That's why it's important to abrade, because if your edge is too sharp, it'll shatter like that. So I should have abraded it a little bit more. So I got this little divot right in here I can take, and then we can start moving the edge up this way. So I'm still kind of taking opportunistic flakes where I see them where that wavy edge was. So this one was below center line, so I can take that one. And I still have some thickness up here that I have to remove, so I'm gonna slowly move my edge up that way. So I just got a couple more right here, and I'm just still aiming towards getting to that spot. That was a good one. Not every flake has to be massive either. I'm just going where if it's thick, I'll hit it hard. Sometimes it's just a little flake to move the edge up. Still got this little nub here near the base that I want to take care of right now. So now this edge is finally where I want it to work on this thick spot. So yeah, it's about really being aware of where your center line is, getting your platforms below and moving them towards where the thick spots are, like that. Okay, so this side's pretty flat now, and now I can just focus on these smaller thick spots, like right up in here, and just kind of move my edge to where it needs to go, and then take the flakes like that.